Okay, so the first part of attraction marketing in my mind is the difference between prospecting and marketing. It's two different things, and I absolutely 100% believe you need both. Okay, that's my belief. And that's what I meant by prospecting. That was me calling people, me reaching out to people, saying, you have to hear what I just heard. You cannot lose that piece and only rely on attraction marketing, okay? I will promise you that right now. However, where marketing comes into place and using social media and attraction marketing is to draw people to you while you're reaching out to others. Really, marketing is about building your database so that you never run out of people to talk to, ever. That's a magical thing, guys. I'll tell you a couple of stories as I go throughout. And it takes a little bit to get good at attraction marketing. It doesn't just happen with your first post or knowing what to do. But the good news is people love to watch you do anything. Okay, that's just the world we live in today. People like to watch people. And I'll tell you what, in this world that we just changed into, like whammo overnight, people are going to be craving interaction and they're going to be on their phones more than ever, okay? So now is the best time to get visible on social media, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about is really, I think first you have to have the right mindset, which to me, this is the long-term game plan. And if you're here with LifeVantage, like the short-term game plan is absolutely prospecting. If you want short-term results, you have to start calling people. Like if you want results tomorrow, you've got to call people. You've got to reach out to them over and over and over as many times as you can. Think about attraction marketing as your long-term game that's going to trickle people in regularly. But it's going to take a while to build that. I'm just going to be really honest with you, okay? It doesn't happen like you make a post magically and you just got all these enrollments. That's not the way it works, okay? But like I said, this is to build database and to build relationship. And if you do it right, it really will trickle people in consistently, reaching out to you, which doesn't that sound glorious? But I will promise you this, you have to go through the trenches to get to the good stuff, okay? So no matter what, this is not just to turn something on and it's just easy, okay? So I want you to change your mindset when you think of social media to not what can I get, but what can I give constantly. Every time you think about posting something on social media, I want you to ask, what am I giving from this post? Okay, never, ever, ever with the intention of what can I get, okay? Then I also want you to ask, how do I ensure that people trust me? Like looking at your post, is this building trust between this relationship? Because the only time anybody will ever choose to reach out to you on social media is if they trust you. They will never want to purchase anything from you or join you unless they trust you. So every time you're ready to post anything on social media, even a comment, right? Am I building trust and rapport with this person? Okay. Constantly ask yourself, how do I grow followers? What kind of content would be relevant enough that people would want to follow me and listen to it, right? Marcy does a fabulous job with her Facebook Lives recently, just offering and giving and giving and giving of just information, right? Information that's important to her, which translate to information that are important to other people. Because guess what? If it's important to you, somebody else out there wants to know too, okay? So just constantly be asking yourself and making sure that everything you do on social media is giving someone else a sense of fulfillment. Like, is it giving you a sense of fulfillment by posting it? Because if it's not, then don't. Like, and it can even be sense of laughter, right? Because that's fulfillment. So if you're posting something funny, if you're posting something inspirational, if you're posting something about a recipe, right? You cooking something, that's fulfillment to yourself. And trust me, if it's fulfilling to you, it will fulfill someone else, okay? Now, branding yourself is the next step. If this is really your brand, of course, if you're a distributor in LifeVantage, your branding has to include, right, health and wellness and entrepreneurship, because that's two of the things that hopefully you're passionate about if you're here as a distributor. So I want everybody, we're going to do a little exercise, a brain dumping exercise to really help you in a little bit. but I want you to always be thinking about, no matter what, part of your brand is now health and wellness and entrepreneurship, okay? Every time. You won't constantly be posting about it, but it needs to be part of your brand. And you have to be someone who's knowledgeable in this space. If you want someone to follow you in this space, you have to be knowledgeable in space. Here's the good news. You don't need to be the expert. You just have to be resourceful. And here's what I mean by that. My mom, when I asked her, I was doing a John Maxwell activity once, and I asked her, what is the one, well, you had to call 10 people, and what was the one thing that they would just, one word they would use to describe you? And this was the word my mom used, resourceful. She said, no matter what, however you have been in your life, if you don't know how to do something, you just figure it out, right? And that's what I want you to be, is just a person to figure it out. And what I mean by that is LifeVantage just gave us this amazing playbook, okay? So now we have all this education at our fingertips. So how easy is it to go read a blog post that LifeVantage just brilliantly put together, and you go, how can I recap this and offer this to someone else, right? So maybe it's 10 steps to get healthier, why you should drink Axio, okay? But of course, I'm going to keep it curious, because I'm not going to say Axio, but I'm going to say 10 ways to get rid of your brain fog. I got it for you. Here are the first 3. Message me and I'll send you an article on the rest. Right? Like, it's just, you have to be resourceful. You just have to know where your tools lie, and then use the tools to educate your audience so it appears like you're an expert. Okay? Like, and really, the only thing you're an expert in is being the messenger of information. That's it. I promise you, it's that simple. And LifeVantage has just done a brilliant job of putting together this playbook. And I want you to know, I have no idea how I got privy to the conversation, but I happened to be privy to, I met with Grace and Jesse and one other elite leader on a call the other day, and they showed me what they have coming for April, because I've given tons of feedback of how to enhance it even more. And what's coming for April blows March out of the water. I'm just going to tell you that. You are going to be able to know exactly what to do, and they're going to give you lots and lots and lots of ideas for curiosity posting that would do exactly what I just said, lead you then to deliver content in the right way, okay? I'm so excited about what LifeVantage is doing, but I want you to follow the 80-20 rule. And what I mean by that is 80% of your posts on social media in any given week, calendar week, needs to be nothing about LifeVantage, not one thing remotely close to LifeVantage. It needs to be about you, you and the other pieces of your life that's important to you, okay? People need to see your face. It is really important to be posting frequently. I don't mean a lot. Like, if you looked at my Facebook page, I post maybe 1, maybe 2 times a day, ever, okay? And that's everything. So when you're looking at that, say 10, let's just say, because I like easy math, 10 posts a week, okay? Let's just say 10 posts a week. So 8 of those posts need to be nothing about LifeVantage and only about the other 3 parts of your life that are really important to you. And I'm gonna help you find those pieces in just a minute. But then 20% can be trickled in some curiosity, whether it be business or product, okay? And that's the cool thing. People are getting a little bit concerned about this monthly marketing playbook. Oh my gosh, is everybody gonna be posting the same thing every day? Absolutely not. Because if you're only making 2 posts a week and they give you 10 options, we got a lot of variety happening, okay? So I 100% will tell you with curiosity, lead with the problem. Think about, did you know, right? That's a really easy way. Did you know? If anybody goes to look at my Facebook after this, please follow me, because I don't always friend LifeVantage people because I'm trying to build a database of but you're welcome to follow me. Today I made a post that just said, do you know how to lower oxidative stress? Check out this 1-minute video. Like, it's a little simple LifeVantage video that I just clipped. That's it. And it's just a 1 minute, like, this is what oxidative stress is. Guess what? I've had 4 people already today go, I want to know about the rest of that. And it was nothing. It's just me offering value. Now people see me as a person who cares about health and wellness and knowledgeable in that space of health and wellness. So people then are listening when I say, do you know how to lower your oxidative stress? They want to know, no, like I didn't even know what that word is. Tell me more. Okay, that's what I mean by curiosity marketing. Okay. And of course, because your leaders are Dondi and Marcy, you guys know just be compliant, right? I will say that over and over and over. Be compliant, okay? Be compliant. It is so important because the last thing you're ever going to want to do is to be non-compliant. But guys, if you go too far, like I know there's kind of a gray area, but if you go too far, you also lose your credibility. You know, when people are reading your stuff and you're making wild claims, you lose all credibility in this space. I'm just going to tell you that. So I want you to think about social media, that it's not a place to sell. Guys, think about this. When you want to buy something, where do you go? Amazon. That's a selling platform. Amazon is a selling platform, right? When you go to social media, when you go to Facebook, you don't think about buying something. You think about hanging out with your friends, checking in on people. How are they doing? Building relationships. And that's how I need you to think about social media. It's a relationship platform. It is not a selling platform. Get that out of your brain. Because nobody, if you don't want to be sold there, neither do your friends. Okay, I really want that to be your mindset, that this is a relationship platform. Okay, now relationships have everything to do with bringing value to the relationship, right? Your friends and you, the reason you're friends is because you mutually benefit each other. And that's how it should be on social media, but not about selling. Okay, so I want everybody always, always, always to make a decision to create long-term results in your business. So you need to set up your profile to attract people. And to me, that's no company branding at all. Because you know what? What makes you unique is you. So make your profile about you, okay? Really make it about you and not everything else. Like I said, I want you to then go through. So look at your profile, just no company branding. If you have it, take it off. Okay, it's easy. Just delete it and make it about you. But then I also want you to scroll through your last 20 posts. And I want you to go, is it the 80-20? Like, or is it all LifeVantage? Like if it's all attraction marketing to LifeVantage, you're repelling people. I'll just be honest with you. If that's what it is, then people know you have an agenda. Okay, even though it's your passion, they're gonna look at as an agenda. Okay, so I want you to make sure it's an 80-20 rule. If you look at it, it's easy to delete some. Just go in and delete it, clean it up, so that when people go to your profile in the future, they don't scroll back through and the only thing they see is stuff about LifeVantage, okay? The good news is you can fix any mistakes you've made always in life, and this is one of them. But I also want you, when you look at those last 20 posts, to just really think about, what does it say about you? If someone were to scroll through your last 20 posts, what does that say about you? Okay, what are you posting about? So I'm gonna help you do this little activity to never run out of things to post about. Because that's, I think, everybody's biggest fear. Like, I don't even know what to post about. What makes me me that makes me bring value to other people? So I didn't even tell Donnie and Marcy that I was going to do this, but I always do this when I train social media, because I think this is a key piece. So this is a brain dump activity. I want you to take probably like 2 or 3 minutes, and with a pen and paper, literally brain dump everything, just things about you, anything you can think about yourself. Okay, so for me, I'll just give you some. And Marcy, would you guys unmute yourself and you guys can give me some ideas of, so we can generate some ideas for people.
Sure.
So some things about me. So go ahead and start writing and we'll just talk. But some things about me would be entrepreneurship, mom. I'm a basketball mom, to be more specific. We love basketball in my family. I like to garden, and people know that about me. I like to cook. I'm on a health journey. I love numbers when it comes to business, and I love to teach people how to become an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. What's some things about you, Donnie and Marcy, that would make things about you?
So for me, I love hiking. I love being outdoors and challenging myself, right? I love volleyball. I love our daughter plays volleyball, son runs track, you know, that kind of stuff. I just love people in general, being able to bring smiles to people's faces. I like to help people find their motivation, why they want to do what they want to do, and help them see maybe themselves bigger than they see themselves right now. So those are just some of the things that just popped into my head right now. So.
Yeah, so like think about like, do you like to work on cars? Do you like to do you like to fish? Do you like to ski,
like
right? Like,
horses,
yeah,
dogs. What kind
exactly,
of
like,
dogs?
do you like to shop, right? That could be like, that's a pastime. Do you like to shop? Do you love dogs? Do you love horses? Do you love, for me, like when I did this, I wrote, people are my jam. Like I love people and connecting. It's just, I'm social. I'm really, really social. For you, Dondi, what are a couple things for you?
So for me, rhinos, golden doodles, music, outdoors, vegan cooking, motivating people. I love to motivate people. I love to educate people, and I love to help people understand why they were created. What is their life purpose? Helping them get in touch with that are probably my biggest passions.
Yeah, well, and also learning more about different ways to biohack. We've really been on a kick of learning, you know, different techniques and ways that we can elevate our wellness on top of our amazing products. So
I love it. Okay, so thank you for sharing that. I think that it helps by sharing our ideas. It helps other people generate ideas for themselves. So, okay, you should probably have 20 or so things on a paper at this point. And now what I want you to do is circle the 5 things. If you had to pick 5, right? 5 things that are most important to you. And absolutely, they need to include something you wrote about health and wellness and something you wrote about business or entrepreneurship, right? It can be whatever word you wrote, but 2 of those things for sure. And then what are the other 3 of the most important? Because I want you to have 5, okay? And then the really cool thing is even though I believe that we're probably similar in the way we think, the 3 of us, we all said different things, right? And that's what makes us all 3 unique individuals. And that's what's really incredible is when you went to any of our Facebook pages, you wouldn't see the same content because even though it might be health and wellness related, we think about it differently, right? And so these 5 things is what makes you unique. This is what makes you you, okay? So for me, if you went to my profile page, you will find that I do like healthy cooking and I like gardening. Unfortunately, in Nebraska, you only see gardening in the summer months. You know, a couple months of the year, but otherwise I'm doing cooking hacks and all different kinds of things like that. You're going to see that I love family. You're going to see that faith is important to me. And family in there, I have a lot of subcategories of family. Basketball, right? Like lots of subcategories of family. And then of course, health and wellness and business and entrepreneurship. And to me, business and entrepreneurship also brings inspirational quotes and a lot of things just around business and bring awareness to becoming an entrepreneur. So guys, that is going to be the foundation. Think about that. I just talked about 5 things and I just rattled off probably 15 posts I could make tomorrow. You think if one of your pillars, I call these the 5 pillars, if one of your pillars is family, man, I bet you could think of about 25 things to post right now about your family. Okay, this is what I mean. You'll never run out of things to post about if your 5 things are the most important things to you. And if this was me, I wouldn't post about anything other than your 5 things. Because when you do, you confuse people. Keep it really consistent. Post about those 5 things and you will never run out of things to, so like if tomorrow comes and you're like, hey, I don't know what to post about. You just think of your 5 things and look at your Facebook and go, what have I not posted about recently? Okay, today's faith. Okay, today's family. And then you can think of faith and family and probably think of 100 things to post about because it's important to you. But it becomes impossible sometimes when we just don't have these pillars. We just think, oh, what do people want to hear? I promise you, people want to hear what's important to you. Okay? So I think that the last couple of things that you really need to focus on when you do attraction marketing is adding to your network every single day or at least consistently. So what I'm saying is adding new friends daily to your network, because you always want new eyes coming in, okay? You want to, and here's some ways, gather friends from other friends. Truly, oftentimes I will go to, like, I'll be commenting on somebody's friends, interacting with them, and then I will click on their page and go see who their friends are. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like a fun person. Because if we're friends, the likeliness that I'm going to like their friends and that they're going to like me is probably really likely. Okay. And so when that happens, it's so simple. Just send them a friend request and then send them a little message to say, hey, so-and-so, you know, we have this mutual friend of so-and-so. I'm so excited to connect. How are you? It's so simple, especially when that's a true relationship connection already. Okay, gather friends from suggested lists on Facebook. There's hundreds of them on Facebook. You just got to find friends and you can pick towns and likes and all these different things. You can make friends in other groups on Facebook. Just build relationships. Of course, don't go in there and just start friend requesting people. You build relationships by having conversations in groups, and then you can friend request them outside of the group and continue to build that relationship. Gather friends from other people sharing your content. And I promise you, you don't think that will happen, but it happens. I'm sure to Marcy, it's happened where when she offers such value to people on those live videos she's been doing, I guarantee they get shared to other people. And then Marcy gets friend requests because they're like, hey, dude, I think that I would like to follow that person, right? It just happens naturally, but you have to do it consistently. So there's some of the ways that I gather friends and always add to my network. Interacting and building relationships with everyone all the time, constantly on Facebook. This is so important because you can't just, right? You can't just be posting and never building the relationship, okay? Because remember, social media is a relationship platform. So you have to be interacting with people. You have to be commenting. You have to message them and have conversation outside of just posting on Facebook. You have to be starting conversations with people who do interact. So when I post something on Facebook, here's a little tip. When I post something on Facebook and it gets lots of just, maybe not comments, but likes or love hearts, right? Or laughy faces, all the emojis you can give someone on a post. I will go in and I will say, like, if I haven't talked to a person recently that even just liked a post, a simple thing is like, hey, go into Messenger. Hey, thanks so much for interacting on my such and such post. It was so good to see your face. How have you been? How simple of a conversation. And they're going to tell me how they've been, and then we can just start. But guys, that's how you have conversation on Facebook. Everyone, including myself, gets way more likes, love, laughy faces, mad faces, whatever, than we do comments. And that's okay. You can still interact with people. Facebook still gives you a list of the people who like and love your posts. Just start a conversation with them naturally, with no agenda, but just to say, hi, how are you? How have you been? And I guarantee you, because health and wellness and entrepreneurship is important to you, I guarantee the topic comes up naturally. Okay? I think that is about everything. I want to share one story with you. Attraction marketing really happened in my life actually in the last 2 weeks. I enrolled a platinum distributor, truly attraction marketing, and I want to tell you about that. So this is a friend that I went from kindergarten all the way to high school with, but probably haven't had an actual conversation in 10 years besides just Facebook, you know what I mean? Just seeing his kids, that kind of stuff. Well, I got a text from his wife 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and it said, hey, we've been doing a keto diet recently, and we've seen you post about a drink that you really love. We're not even sure what it does, but is it low carb? Because we're looking for some options. And of course, yes, it's low carb. And then she said, and actually, I think Brent wants to learn more about what you're doing. And I thought, I said, should I start a three-way chat between the three of us? And so I did. And guess what happened? We landed on a time for him to come pick up some samples, which happened to be after school that day because he's an AD at a local high school. And him and his wife showed up at my door at 4 o'clock, and he said, hey, if you have time, I'd really like to learn about that business. I said, sure, come on in. So they were here, And we just chatted for probably an hour, no full presentation actually. But what he said to me was so interesting. He said, Shauna, I don't know if it's part of your plan, but you always say just enough. And I said, well, indeed, it's part of the plan, and I can teach you the plan. But yes, of course, because what would you have done if I shouted from the rooftops that I am in LifeVantage, a health and wellness business, and I'm in network marketing? He said, I would have Googled it and formed my own opinions instead of asking you about it. He said, Shauna, I scrolled back a year in your Facebook trying to stalk you, trying to figure out exactly what you did. I knew that you did something with health and wellness products, but I didn't know what they were. And I knew you did something in a business that other people could do from home. That's what he gathered from my post over a year. Guys, they enrolled with so that was a Friday, they enrolled with a Platinum Pack the following Monday. And I'm so thrilled that happens regularly. I mean, maybe not a Platinum Pack, but for customers and whatever. But what happens is people will come to you. If you do it correctly, you will start a steady trickle of people coming and asking you, what exactly do you do? Or what kind of drink are you drinking? Or how do you reduce oxidative stress? I promise you. Okay, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer, but that's what I have.